Welcome back to the Alexander Hour. I guess I like to post late for some reason live. It's 12:40, but welcome back to the Alexander Hour. This is episode 2 of us focusing on what is one of the most entertaining places in the country right now, in my estimation, Zandt County. If you joined me last night, or you've seen a previous episode, there is a war going on. There's a war being waged in Vanzant County, and mostly it surrounds who's supporting the incumbent DA for re-election and who fervently opposes her. Both sides have characters. I was involved in a hacking situation which drew me into this, and so the quick version of what we're going to show you. This is filmed earlier tonight. I'm going to give credit to the page I'm showing here, Barbecue and a Prayer. Now, 2 citizens are going to approach the incumbent DA and ask her a question here shortly in this video that I'm going to show you. Now, it's important to know who the 2 players are. You'll hear a female. She's the administrator of VZ Connect, which is a local political website that has been, according to her, it's been hacked. And she believes she knows the culprit. She believes it to be a gentleman named David Fox. And you'll hear her here in a second say she filed charges based on him saying on a Facebook post that he hacked her page. So, if what she says is true, there'll be more to come out this week. But let's get back to this and say, this is her page. This was the epicenter of political discourse here in the county. She thinks it was shut down because she was offering an open forum for people to anonymously degrade some of the political figures here in the county. Most notably, the incumbent DA. So today was a big debate day in Texas. One of the biggest debates, I believe, that will have all election cycle happened right here in Vanzant County as we prep for the March primary election. Now, there were some political luminaries here today. Chip Roy was here. He's running for Attorney General. Ken Paxton's leaving to go run for the Senate, so Chip Roy is running. He was there, but he wasn't even the main event. He was on the undercard. The main event was the last event, or the last debaters, and that was for the Vanzant County District Attorney's position. But anyway, the reason that you'll see the video here in a second, and why they're being approached, is after each of the candidates and all these different races, they were able to set up a booth, answer questions, take pictures. I would assume if I was them running for office, I wouldn't want to be having to answer a bunch of hard-hitting questions there. It's mainly, like I said, shaking hands and kissing babies. But they're allowed to be approached. And so one of her biggest haters is a guy who posted this video. He owns Barbecue and a Prayer, Big John. He doesn't like the way she handles game rooms here in Vanzant County. These game rooms in a lot of counties are deemed illegal. He doesn't like David Fox, who's the game room owner. He wants him ran out of town. He wants him arrested. He wants him jailed. So he is coaching Julie here. Remember, she's the administrator of Vanzant Connect. You'll hear him coach her into how to approach Tonda Curry, the DA, and kind of game plan what they're going to do. But let's let this thing evolve. Remember, she's approaching the DA to ask, are you going to indict this guy that hacked my page? And so let's just roll it. Let's just listen to it together. It's 2 minutes long, so hang with me, okay?
Wait, and then we're gonna get it. So you go ahead and ask it, and I'm gonna stand over here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don, you take care.
Yes, sir. Oh, come on.
Hey, Tonda, I have a question. Did you see online yesterday that David Fox admitted to hacking my Vanzant Connect group?
Admitted to hacking it? No, I didn't see that.
Well, I filed charges today in the sheriff's office against
Okay,
him.
good.
And
So pausing it just for a second. I don't know how the audio is playing. Julie asked Tonda, who's shown here, who's the incumbent DA, did you see where David Fox admitted to hacking my page yesterday? Now, make no mistake, everyone in the county that has ever looked at a post or talked political discourse here lately knows VZ Connect is no longer fully functional. So she asked her, and I wanted to say that in case you can't hear it, I won't interrupt again.
I was wondering if you're going to prosecute him.
If the evidence is there, I'll prosecute email.
She's going to show you the evidence right here.
Okay. There's a provision in the Code of Criminal Procedure that says that a confession alone is not enough to prosecute. There has to be corroborating evidence to a confession. If the sheriff office finds it, I'll prosecute him.
It's going to be sent to the task force also, and it's going to be sent over to the FBI. So this is not staying here in the county. So if you choose not to deal with it,
I lied. I've got to stop it. Have you ever seen a look filled with more disdain than the way she is looking back at John? Now remember, John has been a very vocal critic of Tonda. And you know, in the political realm of things, we want our politicians to be challenged, but he has waged an all-out public campaign, social media campaign against her. He's a ubiquitous figure on social media, and especially right now during election season. So that look is that look says it all. And if you didn't hear what he said, he's basically jumping in on Julie, explaining what she's done, the steps she has taken to file charges for her page being hacked. And John, he has to jump in. He jumps in and basically says, hey, doesn't matter what you do, we're going to take this outside the county. I don't know if he has the legal option to do so or what's going on, but it's a Julie thing, I believe. John is there, I guess, for moral support. I know Julie feels, I don't know Julie, I haven't spoken to her other than some messages about coming on here. Come on, Julie. Come on here and let the people hear. Let's have a open and candid conversation about all the hacking, because I'm intrigued about what's going on, and I don't think any of the local news can peel back the layers of the onion the way we do here and talk about these things. But anyway, she's pissed. She doesn't want to hear from this guy, and you can see that even his presence is unnerving.
charges have been filed today, so if you can't deal with it, then we are going to, I guess he wants to try and block, that's fine if you want to be rude. So, you want him to keep walking that way to block the camera? Is that what you're saying?
What are we doing? Sir,
Well,
who
we're
are you?
having a conversation.
Hi, Alfredo.
Well,
Her
I
name
didn't
is-
come to
Have I
speak
ever
with
met
you. I didn't come to speak with
Sir,
you.
you're looking at me. I'm just saying
We're
hello.
talking with her.
I'm
If
just
the
saying
evidence
hello.
is there,
We're talking with her and you're being
sheriff's
rude.
office
Thank
brings
you.
me a case. I can't
So are you.
prosecute unless law enforcement
Well, I didn't ask your
brings me a
opinion.
case.
I'm glad you
If they
didn't, but
bring
that's
me
what
a
it
case
is.
and there is evidence there, I will prosecute anyone. Anyone. I'm fixing to prosecute him. I'll prosecute anyone.
Why are you going to prosecute him?
For lying on the form when he said he's disabled while he's out making barbecue, selling barbecue. That's a crime.
Did you hear that? She might have been holding on to that arrow in her quiver for a little later, or maybe she was waiting on this opportunity to hit John with that. But she says John, who's filming, whose voice you could hear clearly, she says she's prosecuting him for lying about being disabled while selling barbecue. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the legal ramifications or parameters of him being charged with that. I feel that she probably feels she has a case if she brought it up. She can clearly see she's being recorded. And obviously she put that out there, and now there's a ton of questions. And I see John and his supporters on the page questioning her motivation, and that's their right to do so. I am too intrigued to see what the charges are. I would love to also sit down with Tonda. Tonda, if you watch anything that we're doing so far, the first episode, we just want to interview, get your feedback on some of the critiques that John and Julie and that side have taken against you. And I want to hear from them as well. But this is a whole interesting thing. She just opened up a whole new can of worms by telling John, hey, I'm prosecuting you.
I am disabled. I have 4 cages, 4 rods, 16 screws, 4 T-lifts, and 4 bone growth packs. That was good to know.
Let's go back a little bit.
You want him to keep walking that way to block the camera? Is that what you're saying?
What are we doing? Sir,
Well,
who
we're
are you?
having a conversation.
Hi, Alfredo.
Well, I didn't come to
Have I
speak
ever met
with you. I didn't come to speak with
Sir,
you.
you're looking at...
So obviously it's a tense situation. I have no clue who this gentleman is. He may be related to someone I know in the county. So I'm not disparaging him at all. Maybe this was a little unnecessary. I didn't feel that they weren't screaming and yelling at each other yet. And clearly Tonda is no shrinking violet. She's able to stand up for herself there. And I thought her and John handled themselves, there was a little back and forth, but getting involved here like this maybe wasn't necessary. I don't know, like I said, what the motivation is or who he is or who he works for. Looks like a nice guy. I'm sure he felt that he needed to do that. So, but anyway, this situation is getting basically nuclear now because they're here like, hey, you've got to go after David Fox. He's hacked me. And then she's like, well, listen, John, you're the one I'm coming after. I'm going to prosecute you. And so I think that if she brought it up, that it's going to hit this week. And we're going to have to, John, we're going to have to get you. I want to get you in here, John, and interview you. Let's just come in here live. There's a spot right here on the couch for anyone that I want to interview on this show, because we can come on here and say and do whatever we want. We're not beholden to advertisers or subscribers to our paper or whatever. Sidebar: 2 different people did contact me about sponsoring the podcast going forward. And I think only about 70, 80 people have watched the episode from yesterday. But I'm intrigued by Vanzant County. I live in Vanzant County. This is one of the most entertaining intervals of time I remember here in the county. It's crazy. You can tell everybody's on edge. Tonda's been a DA for a minute, I believe 7 years. Naturally, she wants to be reelected. I'm sure she's got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to break down the debate that was put on earlier. And by the way, kudos to the Granceline Sun. I watched several of the debates today, and I thought you guys did a great job on that. Kudos to you. I went kindergarten through 12th grade with Bert. We graduated together. So kudos to you guys, Bert, the Granceline Sun. I'm glad to see it going your way. But anyway, let's get back to this. So last night's episode, I brought out this graphic. We'll revisit it real quick. These are the 2 guys that hate each other, okay? Big John, the guy's voice on the video, he's there on the left. And then David Fox in the money suit, he's on the right. The quickest way to break this down is Big John on the left used to own game rooms. Those are a sensitive subject in Texas. In a lot of counties, you'll see raids and historically over the years, this was raided, this was deemed to be illegal. And David, he currently owns game rooms in this county, and Big John, he's a staunch advocate. He wants them gone. He thinks that well, they bring prostitution and drugs and all of those things. So there's two sides clashing here, and the side that doesn't want the incumbent DA elected, their go-to knee-jerk statement is that she's corrupt. She is being paid in one way or the other by David Fox monetarily, property. I don't know how she's being compensated in their eyes, but he's paying her in some way, they assume, because he's able to keep the game rooms open. And she doesn't agree with that. So anyway, that's the breakdown for tonight. Crazy video. We're going to try to get some people on here to talk with me live. They can remote call in, or they can come here in the studio, or this thing won't work. No one wants to hear me rant and green screen for the most part. But this is a pretty cool video tonight. And although, in my opinion, it could be construed as a negative thing for BBQ and a prayer, he put it out. He hasn't taken it down. I've mentioned him on several videos and posts. He hasn't blocked me or taken me down yet. So I appreciate that, because I think we need to have you guys come on here. And if you have any info or you want to come on here yourself, DM me and we'll make it happen.